Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.
Hello and welcome to the Leveling Up Podcast with me, George Swift. The Leveling Up Podcast is here to give you the personal development, the entrepreneurial development and the business growth that you, the ambitious business owner, desires. I'm here to give you the inspiration, the motivation and above all else to challenge your aspirations to take you and your business to the next level. Today is Friday, and therefore it is our Friday 5-minute fix. They are never 5 minutes. However, this time I think it just might be. A real quick one here to finish your week on. And first of all, it's to talk about the importance of positive self-reflection and positive reflection of your achievements. It's looking for the little bits of gold, even if what you turned over this week was a whole pile of crap. It's so important that we continually see the good in things. We continually see the good in ourselves, and we continually search and look and hunt out for, even when it seems almost impossible to find those rewarding aspects of life, of business, of anything that we want to continually turn up for. We need motivation. We need drive. As I say at the beginning of this podcast, a big part of the Leveling Up Podcast is to provide you with the motivation, the inspiration, the motivation, and to challenge your aspirations. We have to stay motivated. If we don't have high levels of motivation, and we can't just turn it on, by the way, it's turned on for us by our unconscious. If we don't have high degrees of motivation, life is just a struggle. Business can become just a battle. One of the ways that we can help influence our unconscious to continually keep us fired up and keep those fires burning, as I referred to in a previous podcast, is to lay out before the unconscious all of the rewards that we are gaining. Now, of course, when we have big wins, it's really easy. We see it. When we succeed in big ways, the unconscious sees it. However, those big wins are often far and few between, and therefore we have to make sure that all the little positive things that are coming our way, all of the little positive things that we do that we're proud of, we must make sure that we draw the attention of our unconscious onto those things so that it can see that what we are doing is ultimately worth it. The importance I cannot stress enough. However, I want you just to reflect now about the week that's gone by. So typically these 5-minute Friday fixes are all about, giving you something to think about and giving you something to ponder and to go into the weekend and to come out next week, maybe implementing something differently. However, this week I want to do it slightly different. I want you to take just a couple of minutes while you're listening to this podcast right now to think about what you are proud of inside of yourself this week. What have you done that you're proud of? Now, not everything necessarily went the way you wanted it to this week, but look for it. And the harder it is to find, the more important it is that we find it. What did you do this week that you're proud of? Was it one whole task, or was it a part of a task? Was there multiple parts of this week that you can look at and say, do you know what? I'm proud of what I did there. I'm proud of how I performed. I'm proud of how that went. I then want you also to reflect on the little successes you had. So maybe you got some big deals in, maybe you had some great wins this week. However, perhaps maybe it was a flat week, maybe it was a tough week, a challenging week, maybe it was a shit week. And what you have to do in those situations is you have to dig really deep and you have to work twice as hard. I always say the harder it is to find our wins, the harder it is to find what's going well, then the harder we have to look for it and the more important it is that we find it. So what happened this week that was good? Where did you win? Again, was it whole projects, or was it a whole thing that you won at? Or was it just part of something that went well? Did you lose the presentation, but you were proud of your pitch? Did you lose the presentation? Did you lose your way in the pitch? But you know what? There was one part of it that you absolutely nailed. It's so important that we sieve, all the crap that we go through as entrepreneurs, all the crap we go through sometimes as human beings, and look for the good and train ourselves to see that good. So as I round up this podcast, we are hitting the 5-minute mark, and this will be a momentous occasion as we hit roughly the 5-minute mark on a 5-minute podcast. But as we're wrapping up, I just want you to take a moment, a minute or two, and just really acknowledge what you did this week that you're proud of, what you did this week that you won at. And I just want you to enjoy that and let the unconscious see that all the hard work, all the effort, all the sacrifice is ultimately worth it. Take that feeling into the weekend, let it grow, and you will come out next week all guns blazing. Have an awesome week. I'll see you on Monday. Until then, as always, be successful.
Leveling up. Extreme business growth through raising your game. When what was once extraordinary becomes ordinary, you know you've leveled up.